Hi, it's the 13th of January 2021, and my goodness, there is so much that I could try to read on right now because of what is happening. With McConnell putting likely, I guess, the trial for impeachment to be after the 20, I don't know about any of that. I really don't know. I think there's going to be something yet that's coming that's going to be yet on the horizon. I think there could be yet another one of these attacks. Quite possibly that's another one around inauguration. So I did see that last time when I was looking at the future of insurgency in America, and so I did want to check that inauguration date as well. It could be something that could happen before that. However, too, I do think that they have said on the news I've seen that they have seen online presence that indicates that the bunch, like I said, have just shifted to a different means of communicating, and there's planning, looks like, by these groups on inauguration. No big surprise, unfortunately. And I do have concerns for some kind of explosive or definitely another really horrible situation happening. I do. I have to be honest with you. So, my goodness. I guess I'm going to I want to also look at Liz Cheney. McConnell's pulling his nonsense again of dancing back and forth, trying to cover his own butt, and trying to play two sides of the fence. You just gotta wonder, like, there is some real hold here, and there's so much corruption, and I think that it might end up being that if they don't do the right thing, it's gonna blow up. And it will force, if they don't, I think it's going to force the hand for these Republicans that have been, blocking justice. I think it's going to cause a situation with them where it breaks down to just a point of just bad, that they're going to all be gone out of there. Ooh, all right, so I'm going to look firstly at the inauguration and these groups, and if Biden and Harris want to double check on their safety during inauguration. So I'm going to ask my spiritual help to help me to read clearly and accurately with regards to what we need to know about the inauguration and domestic terroristic activity, and wanting to make sure that Biden and Harris are safe, will be safe. So we're checking on their safety with inauguration and in general. We have to get these racists out of government. They have no place in government. They are not serving the people. They are only serving their own interests. They are not true servants. They are a disgrace to office. So I'm going to ask Spirit, what do you want to share with us about, what can you share with us about Biden and Harris's safety at the inauguration and onward? I'm using the Haunted House Tarot. It's my favorite go-to decks at the current time. Okay. Well, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have some form of agreement. This could be Pelosi. Liz Cheney is also a fire sign. She is a Leo, and she has a Sagittarius moon. And Nancy is a Leo. I don't know what her other moon and things. I should check. And here we have, I think, the attack. In the past. And so we're looking at some form of agreement here with this woman. This was the woman that we saw was going to be, and I think it could also be Liz Cheney and Nancy. That would be two fire sign women, powerhouses. Different parties, but who are in agreement that he is a fierce danger. It's just too bad that Liz is number 3 in power. I guess I hope that she could somehow get McConnell to change his mind. I just think they're going to be sorry. All I can say is that they will be sorry. But they'll deserve everything they get. Yeah, there's two. I think Liz and Nancy, it could be trying to work together. They have, pushing for a goal of impeachment. And bringing an end so there is not more danger and attacks and things like this going on, trying to, and end his reign. He's just not, I told you, he just wouldn't be willing to go. And he's not going to do anything that is going to make it look like it wasn't his idea. So I don't think he's going to make it he's just making it more and more contentious. And I think we're going to have one more explosive event. I think before inauguration or at inauguration is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about it at all. But I see with them saying online inauguration date, I'm sure that they might have other dates of Plan B just in case. So, of course they are. I mean, it makes sense. And I did see it in the last reading. So something here, they're trying, I see the two of these women working to bring an end and get us to go in a better direction and get a new government in. That's definitely there. So that's interesting. I believe these two women there is an accord with a targeted goal that's coming up. And this does worry me when I'm asking about activity, things we need to be aware of. Here we have the King of Pentacles. This could be maybe another person, whether they are Republican, a male, whether they are Republican or Democrat, I'm not sure. Let's see how they fit into this. Holding on despite death and violence. And we also have the block card. So I think that they'll be okay. I think this is learning from the past also, with some foresight in case of future events. Definitely feels like there's a block there, and I think this is wanting to prevent any more of the deaths or violence succeeding. And when we look down this route, we see the Lovers. We get the Eight of Wands and the Ten of Cups. So I feel like there is some sort of, this to me feels very much like they will be inaugurated. Safely, and they will be defended. I think we'll see an enhanced, for sure, military presence at our inauguration, should any of these militia dingbats think that they're going to come and pull a stunt. Then they'll get to deal with the real deal. So I see, like, this protection feels very strong. I feel like this is them, like, waving, as one would, like, after their ceremony, and I think it will be okay. But I think that largely they can thank the efforts of, especially, I'm seeing, like I said, Queen of Wands, which I think would both be Pelosi and actually Liz Cheney in this effort, wanting to stop this, wanting to make sure that that is a transfer of power that is safe. So I feel like this is a group of people that are looking to make sure that the inauguration will be safe, and that the people that were responsible for the violence be stopped. So they may be able to protect them on that day. That day looks okay. But the question is, what was that tower event I saw on our horizon as far as domestic insurgency type of behavior? I don't think they're done yet by a long shot. So I inquired about their safety, and I think that they will be safe. I think there's people going to be really careful. Okay, now I want to look at, I want to ask about that tower event that I saw on the horizon. Is that tower event going to happen before the inauguration? Is that event coming before the inauguration? I think it will, because like I think we're gonna have a really bad situation if they don't get him out before, and maybe that's why I saw the tower, because he's gonna go. He is gonna go. That this is insanity. So, I'm going to ask the universe, what can you share with me about that tower that I saw on the horizon to do with Trump militia type people? Is there going to be another attack prior to inauguration? Is there going to be another attack? What was that tower? Or is that the tower for them that perpetrated this? Okay. Let's see what they want to show us as regards to any attacks, and if we'll be able to block them off or stop them. Again, we get the head injury card. And this is also having been through a prior incident. One is more on guard. Because of that attack, again, and that was insurrection. This is traitor. This is the card of being a traitor. The Three of Swords can indicate a traitor, as well as ill health or betrayal in a relationship, or a broken heart. And here we see retreat and trying to re-strategize, I think, trying to figure out another way, another means. There are people that are healing as well. We see that, this is about the people that are hospitalized, that were hurt. And there's confusion. I feel like head injuries where they're not the same again. They have brain damage. This is a long recovery, and their mind is not the same. So we know that these people doing this seem like they have some sort of damage to them, but I think this is speaking that this is a significant detail that's going to come up, and the brain damage for somebody, I feel like here, a brain injury. Long, it takes a long, and they're struggling to learn to, I think, connect their thoughts and speech, having to learn these things over again. The hell? Okay. And this is the violence. But it's kind of bottled up. So we're going to go from the 9 to the 10. Let's pay attention to that. And interestingly, though, this is the Three of Swords. We're going from a 3 to a 4, though this is Pentacles. That's, numbers matter. So there's a real feeling like the next set of events from this that led to brain injury and attack, and we can see assault and hospitalization and various people trying to confuse also and obstruct us from getting a clearer understanding of what happened. You know, to me, it's just the people responsible, Trump and his bunch, that kiss his butt and praise him to the skies. These are the people that also, they caused this insurrection as much as Trump. It's not good. Physically disabled. Long term. Also illness, COVID. That just makes me feel, again, like we're looking at people getting COVID that were part of that insurrection mob. And I know that AOC commented that now there's one of the Congress people, one of these idiots that had cancer and didn't want to wear a mask. There's now somebody that's tested COVID positive, and so there was somebody in and amongst the congressional folks that were on lockdown that had COVID. So if they're all huddling together like they were, they could have, and certainly when you're in fear, your breathing increases, that infectious person would have been even more infectious with fear that they would have been certainly feeling, I would think, the respiration, since the respiration is what seems to linger in the air. Just a thought. And I saw that before too, but I was thinking of it more on the lines of also just the crowd. But of course, those who are inside as well. Now these people have come in, they've contaminated that building as well. They better clean that. They better really clean that. I get sickness, folks. I'm thinking quickly. And I get fever, temperature here with that. Now when I look at that with the 10 of Wands, I'm feeling the flush of a high fever. When I laid this card down and I looked up, I felt like aches, and I felt like I'm feeling illness. COVID, like, oh, sugar. That's quick. There's death. This is the people, I think, that refuse to, that went and they did this and wouldn't wear a mask. I'm really, they're also just going to be stuck sick. Going to be so sick that they're not going to be able to be attacking anything. So there might be some good news in some twisted way. That how. I need more coffee. I've had like 3 sips and I've been multitasking since I got up really early. Yeah, there's also going to require a greater response from like National Guard here to suppress any more of these attempts. And there's a sudden change here, rapid change, blocking and maintaining power. Now, I don't believe for a second that this is Trump, but I believe that yeah, they're going to try to strike out again. I also feel like I'm being warned that they're spreading illness, not only probably bringing it into the Capitol building, but in and amongst those that attended that insurrection. So I think a lot of them are going to get sick between now and the 20th. And I definitely got the brain injury type of stuff. I'm afraid that that's probably speaking to, they really need to shine a light on that policeman. And anybody that there's, that whoever it was that sustained the brain injuries, because I don't believe that that person's ever going to be the same again, unfortunately. And this may matter. This may really make a big difference if that news gets out. Otherwise, I don't know why they're showing me that, but sometimes they do. They'll show me these things. So I'm feeling like between COVID and that past attack, it might make a big difference in their ability to coordinate an effective assault again. They will also be met with a greater prepared resistance should they try anything. They're going to find blocks, literal blocks, to those avenues that they would try to use. Because now, security, FBI is onto it. And I do believe they'll take action. There's action being taken, but it's sickness. I see the spread of illness. I cannot help that feeling. That's got to be, somehow it's going to be significant with these insurgents. I think a lot of them are going to end up getting very ill and dying. Because I don't want to, I know it sounds like, well, yeah. But, well, yeah. This is strange. I still get that plague-like pandemic feeling here, and violence mixed in, and brain injury, and not being the same, being disabled, being physically ill and disabled, not feeling well enough to go out and act. And there is a greater power in place that blocks any sudden attempt. And there is death. There is just death. I think that it could also be showing that, you know what, if they don't get that impeachment, again, I'm going to tell you, they will be sorry. Because what I see happening could be something that leads up to where military will come in. There's just such a strong sense of defense here. And I'm asking about insurgency and looking at the safety of between now and inauguration. And I do feel like there is something definitely bubbling. But I also see something unexpected bubbling, and that's illness and injuries. I get that very heavily here. Now, what I worry is when I was asking about that Tower card, and all of this is that this could also be discussing this is going to be another event where there's attack or there's an attempt to attack, but they're held off. But they have to be held off by our own military. That could happen. It could be that the Republicans will push this to the point that we'll have another explosive situation. I certainly hope not. I mean, this is just stupid. We have so much. We should be taking care of COVID right now, not this nonsense. People are dying. California right now, COVID, I talked to one of the people that works at the nursing home I was in for 90 days this June and July, and I was there till the end of the July, and she said that they're fighting COVID. It's so bad. Still, they're battling it and fighting it at the skilled nursing facility I was at in Oakland. So I believe that should they somehow manage to block Trump being impeached again, and it may happen anyway, I feel like there's more violence that wants to happen with these people. But I'm feeling that there's a mixture of illness and injury. And I don't fully, when I get this, it's usually that we'll really see what this is about later. Sometimes the tarot won't. It's just like, just know this, and then you think, well, what's that about? And then 2 days later, a week later, boom, something happens, and you're like, that's it. Oh my God. And sometimes it's just going to let you know of it. There's nothing you can do about it, but just to know it. And I'm concerned that that's what it's showing me here. Let me pull a few extra cards, because I did ask what that Tower and the future horizon was about, and this looks like more violence, a mixture of COVID and injuries, but ultimately a stronger force blocks this attack off by deranged, ill people. So they could try something again. This is, to me, Biden most of the time. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my heating pad up. Okay, and it keeps twisting my camera around. And Biden will be president. He gets the Emperor card. And I feel that strongly. There is Biden. And I feel like a relief when I see this picture. It's like his butt is in that Oval Office seat at work. It's like, Daddy is home. Thank God. You know, there's an adult in the house. It really did have that. I really had that moment. I was like, all right, thank God, his butt is in. He's in that office. He's fine. And there's clarity. There's sun. And there's a decision. Lots of emotion. New beginning. I think that would be his speech, probably after inauguration or inauguration speech. Okay. I'm always like, oh, don't let the next card be good. Okay, we got a King of Wands here, and then we get somebody at the past. Could be Obama. Isn't Obama a Leo? And how his start was precarious. Having to watch out for people. Biden will be no different. But I think more people will also come to like him. I think this Obama helping him. And we get a Queen of Wands. Could be Nance or someone else who is reassessing something. Great deal of happiness, or we're some celebration maybe, and a victory. But she's thinking ahead. And the victory feels good. I feel like she's going over, what could I have done? She likes to pick herself apart, overanalyze. I suppose most of us do, you know, because we like to make sure that we learn from our mistakes, or we try to. So I think there could be some kerfluffle, frankly, again. But if they do decide to do that, and it really will be, somehow there is a big significance with COVID and injury and people being down, people being sick. But anybody that does try anything like that, all I can say is they will be met with a force greater than themselves. And Biden will, we see Biden's tushy in that seat behind that desk. I do. Be okay. All right? I had to look as much at this for you as, you know, for myself. So, anyway, or something like that. You know what I meant to say. All right, this has gone on too long. Too long. Next video. See you then. Subscribe and like if you haven't. YouTube's doing funny things with, I don't know, algorithms. I don't know. But all I can do is make my videos and just hope people like them and subscribe and carry on. All right.